So, Jason, I
All
heard
right.
there was some pretty sad news recently, and a legendary Syracuse player has passed away.
Not a player.
Not
No,
a
no, no. He
player.
didn't play. He didn't even go to the school. So you might think
Okay.
that I am the biggest Syracuse fan in the world, and
Okay.
this is
Hold
not.
on. Hold
It's
on.
not quite true.
So,
What?
Accuser is just a fan of Syracuse?
Yes.
Okay.
See, in Florida State, most of the fans actually went to the school because your school has a million people that go to it. But Syracuse is a private school that only rich people and communists can afford to get into. So
Yeah.
most of the people who are fans didn't actually go to the school. Much like this person I'm talking about. You might think that I am the largest Syracuse fan, which is not quite true. I'm probably in the top 1%. But I mean, maybe I am the biggest fan now because the biggest Syracuse fan in the world just died. Very tragic, very sadly, actually. It was this
Dang.
this was a guy. I think he was 72. His entire life was Syracuse sports. He would call into every single radio show almost every single day.
Hell yeah.
He had tens of thousands of posts on the Syracuse fan forum. Every single game he would write up a detailed recap and opinions and
For
just have
basketball, football, or both?
basketball, football, and lacrosse.
What a legend.
All the trifecta. He was on all of it. He would call in to every coach's show and he would ask 3 questions. He would always have 3 questions every week.
Different
And he
questions
was
or the
always
same?
different questions every week. And
That's awesome.
yeah, I mean, this guy, I mean, as I said, he wrote detailed reports. He not only would he call into the coach's show, he would write recaps of every coach's show and just post it to the fan forum, transcripts and whatever what they said, what he thought on that. And the thing is, he was never the cynical fan either. He always wanted to make it work with whatever the coach we had. He was really sad when Dino got fired.
Always had hope.
Yeah, I remember he was always really sad when Schaefer got fired. That was the guy before Dino. Yeah, exactly. He always had some kind of hope. And it was heartbreaking to see about a month ago, in the midst of the worst Syracuse basketball season since 1962.
It's been
Not
bad.
even kidding. It's
been
been
really
it's
bad.
been that long since they've
We went to
They
a
think
game
they went-
together. I saw Syracuse play in person. They lost handily to Florida State.
Yeah, and well, then we played again in the ACC tournament, and Syracuse actually won. So,
Well, there you go. Florida State's also not good this year. Yeah.
but then we got curb stomped by SMU, so we might as well have lost to Florida State. It would have been a better kill than what ended up happening. Because who wants to lose to SMU? And the game was over 10 minutes in too. They had no shot. Well, anyway, it was so sad. About a month ago, he posted to the basketball forum just I'm giving up. Every game is the same. Every coach's show is the same. I'm not posting anymore. I'm dying. And he just had this long thing about it, and everybody was very concerned about him.
Seriously?
I'm serious. This optimistic, diehard, never missed a game, eats and breathes Syracuse.
This is not what I
everything.
expected at all.
Calls into every single show abruptly about a month ago, drops a bombshell that he's giving up and he has cancer and he wants to die. And then a month later it comes out that he really did die.
What?
I know. It's heartbreaking. It's actually fucking heartbreaking. It's really sad. I know.
Yeah, when you were bringing up this topic, I thought that there was some sort of positive spin on this.
I mean, I don't know. The positive spin is that he died in his sleep. He didn't suffer. I don't know. I don't know what the positive spin is.
So yeah, he was 72?
Yeah, he was 72. There were very few pictures of him. It was one of those guys where in the memorial, there's multiple memorials on the Syracuse fan site to him. But basically nobody knew him in real life. There was some of the longtime posters in the forum would always invite him to tailgates or things. And they only knew of one time he ever showed up. And when he showed up with a puppet and talked through the puppet, apparently.
No way.
Yeah, it's very, strange, but apparently he was just a very shy person that loved calling in to the radio shows, though. Like, he would, when I say he would call into all of them, I mean all, like, even ones that ran head to head against each other. He would call into both of them.
So how consistent was he? Like, how many years did he do this?
Longer than anybody who's ever had a job talking about Syracuse sports has been doing it. And we've
So
had
your whole life you've been hearing from this guy.
my whole life I've been hearing from this guy. The main Syracuse sports talk guy is a guy named Brent Axe, and he has been for since like the early 2000s. His whole life he's been hearing about this guy. This guy would tell stories about going to games in like the 60s and shit. So yeah, I mean he was one of those people who, like, he would always have a historical comparison no matter what's going on. He would have like an anecdote about some football game that happened in the 70s or something.
Well, he
That's
must
some
have been
parallel.
pleased with the last football season at least.
He was
Yeah.
very pleased with that season. He liked the
Yeah.
direction we were going.
You
But
know,
the basketball, he was,
yeah.
we were bad.
Up against
The
it
thing
like
is,
that, facing down
after-
something that serious though, I think that like anybody can probably let that kind of get the better of them for a little bit. You know what I mean?
So this guy, he would make like 2 posts after every game. There would be like a serious recap, and then there would be the upside of like whatever happened. Even if it was like a brutal loss, he would think of like 1 or 2 things and just be like, all right, the upside is he shot 6 of 7. That's kind of good.
Yeah.
I mean, he had like spreadsheets and shit, and he would post like advanced statistics just about everything. This guy was like so ingrained. It was like a full-time job for him, just keeping up with everything Syracuse. And it was,
Damn.
I don't know, it was jarring when he abruptly quit and then died. And it made me sad because like I can hear his voice too. Like, it's weird that if I listen to a Syracuse sports talk show, which I'm not because it's the off season right now, I'm just kind of
Yeah, but you're not going to hear him.
never again. He went by Steve in North Syracuse, by the way. That was what his handle, like, what,
Well, it
what they
sounds like he
introduced
left
him
his
as.
mark.
Yeah, I mean, everybody who ever listened to a Syracuse sports talk show knows who this guy is.
And I
For, like, any
bet
length of
everyone
time.
misses him.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is like, this hole is not going to get filled. Like, we're not going to get these like 1,000-word written recaps of the coaches' shows, which I would read, by the way, because I'm not going to listen to the coaches' show. But like,
Yeah.
sure, I'm kind of curious to know
yeah.
what they said. But like, we're not going to get that. We're not going to get a positive, an attempt at a positive spin in every situation. Like, even this year, like, when he was actually posting, he was trying to have like a positive spin on this team. It's like, yeah, if we could figure this out, we'd be good. And we never did. But
Damn.
yeah, they ripped to a legend.
What was his name again?
Steve? I don't remember his last name.
Steve from Northern Syracuse?
Steve in North Syracuse. North Syracuse is a village north of Syracuse. It is not a part of Syracuse.
All right. Well,
Which is very weird,
mad props
but-
and respect to Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
lost a legend.
He will be missed.